Let's go on to the foot now. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here on the foot. I'm going to need one edge loop right here right before the toes real quick, and right above it. A little more geometry, looking a little sparse. I'm going to spin these two faces down, and the ones right beneath it, I'm going to spin those up and delete the edge between. Let's rotate, move around these points, line things up a little more evenly. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Select two faces, spin them down, and the ones underneath, spin them up, and delete the edges between. Right there. Okay. Move these back a little. Alright, round out the shape of the foot a little better. Move on to the toe now. I'm going to zoom into the big toe. Select the face right on top, extrude it, and scale it in. That's going to be the nail area. I'm going to rotate it back a little so it's down on the back side, and do another extrude, push it forward, and scale it in from the side. That basic square nail we've created there. I'm going to select an edge on the side and do a loop through the center of the nail. That way we can round out the form of the nail a little better. Alright. I'm going to do a split down the center of the toe, all the way down through the nail and down beneath the toe on the other side. That way we can round out the shape of the overall toe a little better. Looks a little flat on top. Round out the front, the back of the nail, the sides of the toe. Pull up the center of the nail. And now, let's see, bring out these corners. Okay. Round out the bottom. A few more points here and there. Now let's go on to the next toe. I'm going to extrude the nail there. Rotate it back, same thing. And then do another extrude up, forward, and scale it in from the side. Create the same type of nail, and we'll do an edge loop split through the center of that also. Oops. Round out the form, looking a little square. And we'll do an edge loop split down the center. Not an edge loop, but a split poly all the way down the center, just to the toe. Same thing as the big toe. You may find I use the word edge loop split and split poly interchangeably a little, but you can see what I'm doing, so hopefully that's not confusing. Alright, round out the forms. So we're not going to build all 5 of the toes like this. I'm going to finish the second toe, and then I'm just going to extract that and copy and paste it for the other toes. It's a little easier that way. Let's round out the shapes of this one also. Remember, every time you add an edge, you have to round out the form, otherwise it's going to be too flat. Right. Rotate around real quick. Let's zoom out of the toe now. Let's add some edge loop splits here, carrying through the bottom of those toes. We don't want to leave 5-sided polygons there. That would be wrong. We're going to do that for every toe, even the toes that aren't there yet. Add 3 splits up the side of the foot, like this. And for the last one also. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What we're going to do next is do 2 extrudes for the tendon areas that will carry back into the foot from the ankle. I'm going to extrude this out, scale it down, push it forward. Let's round it out a little bit. Zoom in there. I'm going to grab the edge at the bottom. Hold on. Push in this point. I'm going to grab this edge right here, delete it, because we don't need that anymore. We're going to have those points from the toes flowing back up into that. Select these 2 faces, spin that back into the mesh. Line it up a little better. And we're going to extrude, whoops, These two faces also right next to that. Extrude that out, scale it in, pull it forward. Alright, spin. I think I went a little too high. I'm just going to select these two, spin those, and delete the extra edges along the sides. One right there too. I'm also going to round this out a little bit better. Delete the edge at the bottom, and now delete this edge. And now we can do some split polying and line everything back up. And watch how everything just lines up perfectly. Split there, split there, split there. Oh, the other one lined up in the middle. Split there. Let's delete this edge on the side. Split there, and we have one final split. You might be asking yourself, though, if you're astute, what about the big toe? I think there's an extra line there that we're going to have to take care of. Oh, yeah, there is. All right, we'll take care of that in a second. Let's rotate around now. I'm going to first add a couple more edges to the big toe and the second toe. That way we can shape out the geometry there and have those ready, have the second toe ready to be copied over for the other toes. So round out the form a little. Bring up the back of the nail there. Round out the edge, a little sharp on the bottom there. Round out all those little bits and pieces. Push that up. There, looking a little better. Alright, next toe. Do edge loops. We'll grab those faces, push them forward. Get a little bit more evenly spaced. Now we're going to just grab those, move them around, manipulate it, round out those toes. Okay, from the side, front, whoa, zoomed in a little too close. Round out their shapes. Bring up the back of the toe there, back of the nail. Alright, let's do some splits down the back inside side of the foot, bottom side. I'll leave the toe 2 right there. I'm going to split off to a corner with the second toe and carry it through along the other side to the next toe that will exist there. Delete the edge in between, and I'm going to do the same thing for the final 2 toes. And delete the edge in between. Next, I'm going to delete the 6 faces where the toes are going to go. Okay. Now let's finish off the big toe. We have an extra edge down at the bottom. 1, 2, split off to the corner and back to the top and delete the edge in between. Okay, we've gotten rid of everything. Everything is quad polys again. Let's spin these 2 faces. Make sure nothing's selected. There. Spin that. Move this point up and this a little higher, and there we go. All flows back into each other. Next, we're going to select the faces of the second toe. Go to face mode. We're going to extract that so we can copy it or duplicate it and make 3 more versions of it for the other toes. Make sure you don't select any of the big toe. Deselect any parts of the big toe you accidentally selected. Okay, let's go to Edit Polygons, Extract. Now I'm going to go to Object Mode, select that, and center its pivot so I can move it from where it is. Okay, Move Mode. Alright, now let's go to Edit, Duplicate. Make sure it's a copy and not an instance. And move it over for the third toe. Scale it down, push it in a bit. Next we're going to go into Point Edit mode and snap all the vertices of the toe back to the outer geometry, holding down the V key. You're able to snap there, snap, snap. Make sure you get the ones in between, one point in between. Snap that. Whoops, went too far. There, snap there. Get the bottom 3. Alright, Whoa. Okay, snap that. Alright, now select that toe, duplicate that. Also make sure that it's not a -1 instance, because then it'll just flip the toe around the other way. Move the fourth toe into place, switch it to point edit mode, and let's snap those CVs too. Hold down the V key for snapping to other CVs. Vertices. Snap those vertices there. Okay, one last toe to go. Duplicate, move it over, scale it down, push it back, go to point edit mode, snap those points to the main mesh. Let's see, 4 more to go. 1, 2, come on, 2. Alright, there. And the last one. And done. Alright, now let's select all the objects, all the toes and the foot itself, and go to Polygons, Combine, so it's all one part of one mesh. Now select all those vertices, go to Edit Polygons, Merge Vertices. There.